Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex here. Welcome back to another video. Today is going to be another episode of the Bad Season series. So last time we did Mclaren in 2017, and unfortunately for Mclaren, we're going to be doing another season for them, which is 2009. Now I know what you might be thinking, 2009 wasn't a terrible season overall. If you look at it from just like points finishes, where they finished in the championship, it didn't look too bad. But once you delve into it a bit further, you realise that this was quite a bad season, especially at the first half of that year for McLaren, who just came off of winning a championship with Lewis Hamilton in 2008. So as I previously mentioned, McLaren had come off a lot of success in the 2008 season with Lewis Hamilton and Heikki Kovalainen winning many races, and of course the championship with Lewis Hamilton at the end of the 2008 season. And of course, after producing two very quick cars in a row in 2007 and 2008, everyone, including myself, thought going into 2009, McLaren would once again be fighting for the championship, but it didn't quite go as planned. So in 2009, they had the whole new set of regulations. Obviously, most famous that whole season was around Red Bull suddenly resurging up to the top of the order, as well as Brawn. That's probably what it's best known for. But those sort of two teams that weren't really anywhere the previous couple of years. Red Bull were okay, Honda weren't very good the previous couple of years, but it completely mixed up the order there in that 2009 season, and strangely enough, that sort of 2009 season sort of mixed up the grid, and that's how it sort of has been pretty much since. We've got Mercedes, which was Brawn right at the top, we've got Red Bull up there, Ferrari, they were alright in 2009, they weren't great, but Ferrari up there as well. So that 2009 season was quite a turning point, where some teams went from top to bottom, and the others went from bottom to top. It wasn't good for some teams, that's for sure. So McLaren still had the best power unit, or at least one of the best power units in the 2009 season with the Mercedes power unit, but the chassis was very, very poor in this 2009 season. In the early parts of the year, Lewis Hamilton did manage to secure some points early on, but in reality, the car was still very poor and needing of some massive upgrades. Even the team principal at the time, Martin Whitmarsh, described the car as incredibly underdeveloped and said that to the team they had not done enough work over the winter. So we all know Eddie Jordan isn't shy of sharing his opinion, and in the season, in 2009, he actually said this is probably the worst McLaren car they have ever produced, which maybe isn't the case nowadays, because we all know in the last couple of years it hasn't exactly gone to plan. But at the time, at the start of the 2009 season, that car was very, very bad. Now, of course, the driver in Lewis Hamilton, who had just come off winning a championship and was obviously right at the top of his game, still is today, but you know what I mean, it was right at the top of his game back then, and even he was struggling to get points, and he was lucky to score some points in that car, because that car was a bit of a dog, especially in the first half of the season. By the mid-season, McLaren had only scored 13 points, which is obviously terrible comparing them to where they were in the previous season with like 7 or 8 times that amount of points in 2008. But a big upgrade did come around the German Grand Prix, Hungarian Grand Prix time, which helped the team a lot. And after that massive upgrade in the team, Lewis Hamilton went on to win 2 races and secure 3 additional podiums in the 2009 season. However, Heikki Kovalainen continued to struggle with the car and only managed to score 22 points for the remainder of that 2009 season. Sorry, not remainder, the whole of that season. Heikki Kovalainen only scored 22 points, which was quite embarrassing considering Lewis Hamilton went on to score, I think, nearly 5 times that amount. Now, I could be wrong, but I think McLaren between 2008, the end of 2008, and the start of 2009, it was one of the biggest falls I've ever seen between a team in, one season to the next. It was a massive, massive fall. And yes, the changes of regulations didn't help them one bit. Brawn, Red Bull, and even Toyota, I think at the time, were the ones to sort of master the change between regulations, and a lot of teams like McLaren, even Ferrari as well, they really struggled to get their head around the new set of regulations. But this fall was massive. At the end of 2008, obviously at the top of their game, this is kind of hard to tell. Was the Ferrari better in 2008? Was the McLaren better in 2008? Maybe you guys can argue over that in the comment section down below. It was very, very close. In 2007 and 2008, both the McLaren and the Ferrari were both very competitive in those 2 seasons. But what I'm trying to say is they were very competitive at the end of 2008, and by the start of 2009, they were right at the back of the grid. And if it wasn't for Lewis Hamilton in that car, I can't see them really have scoring many points in that first part of the season. Yes, it was only points for top 8 in that season, but at the same time, it's like Lewis Hamilton, he was obviously doing a huge amount for that team to drag that car into the points. Now that car was very bad at the start of 2009. I think I've emphasised that enough at the start of this video now. So basically, what do you guys think? Is this a bad season in terms of the grand scheme of McLaren now, looking back at it, or would you still say that, you know, the last couple of years has been worse? Now, I don't know, because of course McLaren haven't won a race since 2012 with Jenson Button, I think, in the Brazilian Grand Prix, and yeah, those last couple of seasons have kind of messed up McLaren's history somewhat, especially for the newer Formula One fans. But for me, I was lucky. I managed to see some very competitive McLaren cars for the start of my career. I never really got to see the Senna era, obviously, but I've gone back and watched that. But still, I'm going to say between 2008 and 2009, that was a massive drop-off for McLaren. And if it wasn't for Lewis Hamilton in this 2009 car, I don't know where they had been. Maybe 6th or 7th in the constructors, I'd say. You know, even Heikki Kovalainen, who was a competent driver, maybe not the best, but he was a competent driver, couldn't manage to really pull much out of this car. He only scored 22 points over the season. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Please leave any other suggestions in the comment section down below. I've got a couple. I mean, a couple of you guys suggested Ferrari 09 as well, but I don't know, maybe I could include that because I think they actually finished behind. Actually, they definitely did finish behind McLaren in the Constructors' Championship, I think, at the end of this year. But I don't know whether I should include them or not in this one. But of course, leave your comments, all that sort of stuff down below. Maybe Ferrari 2012, because that car's bad, but they still managed to battle for a championship. I don't know. Leave your comments and all that sort of stuff down in the comment section down below, guys. That'd be absolutely awesome. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. And it's been Alex, and I'm out here. Goodbye.